Hello Nintendo Wii here, welcome back to Let's Play Retro Games. Today I'm joined by Jack.
Just Jaxxson.
He's got a new channel name, Just Jaxxson.
Yep.
No longer the RP Gamer, or RPG Gamer.
No.
So today we're here to discuss the 1 year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
We've got a lot of stuff on the table here and we've got a lot to talk about. So we're going to start off by talking about rumours for the Switch.
Yes.
Before it was officially released.
Well, it was the NX.
Back when it was called the NX. So I found a picture of one of the rumoured
Concept
images.
art, yeah.
Do you remember seeing that? I'll put it
Yes,
up,
I do,
up there
yes.
so everyone else can see it as well. This is what they thought the Switch was going to be. I wasn't really sure because there was some rumours floating around that it might be a new handheld, some rumours that it might be a new console.
There was plenty of speculation what it could have been.
There was a lot of speculation.
There was, yes.
So that was just a bit about the rumours, and then obviously there was the Nintendo Direct, which actually showed the
That was
actual
on
system off,
October the
which was about
20th, was it?
sometime in October
And
2016.
I remember waiting
Yeah.
and waiting ready for that, and you saw...
And there's
Upside down. And you saw the lad, I believe he was playing on Zelda.
yeah.
That was it. Where...
I think he was at an airport, if I remember right.
No, the lad was playing Zelda and he started walking his dog, didn't he?
Oh yes, the original trailer was,
The original trailer.
and then he picked it up off the TV,
yeah.
and everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's like incredible!"
Then you had
the best thing
people
ever.
in the Mario Kart.
They were in the taxi.
in the
weren't
taxi,
they?
yeah, and he started into the like a metal arm or something.
Yeah.
As the back of the seat.
Apparently, that does actually exist.
It does.
In New York. Yeah, you can actually get in a taxi and play Mario Kart 8, which just
Well, that
sounds
sounds
amazing.
right. And then there was the basketball game.
And then there was a basketball game, which I think has come out, but
Yeah,
neither
it
of us are that
was a bit
interested
broken,
in.
I think.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, and Skyrim, obviously, which we'll get to later.
Yes, we will.
Was
'cause
also
that on
announced
the,
in that
yes.
trailer.
That was the lad who was playing on the airport.
Yeah.
And he got himself home, didn't he?
So we were very excited for a long
Yes.
time after that, and then I think it was around. The system came out in
March.
but I think around January or February we went to a preview event.
Yes.
In
I got a
Birmingham.
preview event and I got some tickets.
Yeah.
And had two other friends of us as well who come.
Yeah.
I'm sure you had a different time slot originally.
Yeah, there was something about that. I had
Yes.
to try and change the time so that I could come with you guys.
And it was
which
like...
I'm glad I did because it was really fun.
It was, yeah. It wasn't like an NEC. It was like a sort of backdoor alley.
It was in a bit of a strange place. It was in sort of an abandoned warehouse.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
And it was...
Which was really
right,
weird.
Dodgy part of
It was a
Birmingham.
bit dodgy and it was very cold from what I remember
Yes,
right
it
inside.
was.
But the event was amazing and it
Yeah.
was the first time that I actually got a proper look at Zelda because I've been trying to avoid all the spoilers
You
for
said
it.
that was the fastest 10 minutes, didn't you?
I got 10 minutes to play the game and it literally felt like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I was so excited to play it.
The first game, if I remember right, we queued up
Arms.
was for Arms, yes.
Which is right here.
Yeah.
A very interesting fighting game, which
it was, yeah.
which is very unique.
I really enjoy it. I've not got it yet, unfortunately, but I will get it eventually.
Yeah.
I keep saying that.
There was a few chances to actually play it on the Switch, wasn't there? The test punch.
I think, unfortunately, your controller you were using,
Yeah.
it disconnected, didn't it?
It has that problem where the left hand disconnects occasionally, which luckily I haven't got on mine, and I don't think you've gotten yours.
Sometimes it comes and goes, I think.
Yeah, but I think they fixed that issue now anyway,
Yes.
haven't they? So.
But I do want a new set. Hopefully when another game comes out, we'll talk about later.
Yeah.
Talk about features art, something that I want for another game.
Cool.
I'll explain a bit later.
So that was great. I've actually got a video of that on my channel, which I'll put in the description, from about this time last year.
And then we played Snipper Clips, I think I remember, and we broke it because we watched...
We played a bit of Snipper Clips, but we knew exactly what to do because we'd already seen the treehouse
yeah,
from E3.
And the game broke after
and it
the
actually
fifth level.
froze completely,
Froze,
and I had to come and fix it, so that was funny.
And you did that picture as well. That'd be a good picture as well.
Oh yes, it actually took off quite a lot on Twitter, didn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
So my phone kept buzzing all afternoon.
Yeah, you
comparing the Joy-Cons to the size of a Game Boy Micro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your rare Game Boy Micro.
My Famicom Game Boy Micro, which I got from Japan.
Yeah.
Which is in a different video that you can find somewhere.
And there was of course Mario Kart, and you of course won.
Of course.
It didn't show the battle mode mechanics.
No, they were just doing the normal race.
Just normal racing.
What else? 1-2 Switch was there. They had a few games on offer.
Yeah, that marble game, that was really weird. That was actually quite...
Let's talk a bit about 1-2 Switch.
Yes.
I think it's a very interesting concept.
It's a concept.
But as a game, it's terrible.
Yes. It should have been, like Wii Sports, it should have come free with...
I think it should have been something that was pre-installed.
Yeah.
I paid 40 quid for a 1-2 Switch at launch,
£40.
which is £39 too much, I think.
No, 39. Probably £39.50 too much.
I really like what they did with the Joy-Cons,
Yeah.
but I think this is one of the worst games Nintendo's ever put out. To be
I
honest,
think-
there's no replay value whatsoever.
Isn't there like, is there 23, 24 games?
If that.
Yep.
So the next thing we need to talk about is the launch of the system.
Yes.
Sometime in March. I don't know the exact date off the top of my
it
head.
was Thursday the 2nd of March. Can't remember because I was working.
There we go, who knows.
Yep.
So we went to the midnight launch.
I did because I remember being at work and I remember just buzzing around work and not stopping.
Unfortunately, I did the very stupid thing of ordering the system from the Nintendo store. So I couldn't actually pick up my system at launch, whereas Jack actually managed to get his system.
In our local game shop, I was number 26th, I believe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't pre-purchase it, but I bought it on the day itself.
There was quite a lot of people there,
wasn't
there?
there?
It was quite a good atmosphere.
55 queue, I think.
Yeah.
I remember up our local centre, we went to go to the next bank.
We got chased by the security guards. That was ridiculous. We were trying to get money out and the cash point wasn't
the cash
working.
machine, the tills broke, didn't they?
The tills broke, so we had to go and get cash.
I picked up my Switch that I traded my Wii U in for.
Yeah.
And I also picked up the Zelda amiibo as well.
Yeah, and I got Super Bomberman 1-2 Switch, which I showed you earlier, and
yeah, my first game was Zelda.
I think that's it. That's the only things I picked up because I got Zelda with the. I actually got Zelda before the system because I did an unboxing.
You did,
on the channel,
on the day before,
and I was like shaking all night, thinking I've got the game, but I can't play it. I'll just look at it for ages.
And the next day, when the day actually technically come out, I had training, and I remember running to your old house.
That's right, yeah.
And we played a bit of 1-2 Switch for about half an hour or so, didn't we?
We did. I think there's actually a video of that as well, isn't there?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
So there's quite a lot of videos that will be in the description for this.
Yep.
That was really exciting though, it was really exciting times. And
it was such...
at that point I hadn't even got my system yet because I was waiting for it to come through the post.
And this is a bit funny.
Yeah.
I was demoing my Switch with other people at work. And a fellow colleague of mine said it's just like the PSP.
Funny or sad? I don't know.
I don't know. It's just like the PSP.
It's basically a PSP. So just stop watching this video. There's no reason that we're even excited.
Go down and get a 30 quid PSP from.
Yeah. Go down to Kex and get a 200 quid PSP.
Yeah.
2005
it came out.
2004 or 5, something like that.
Just like the PSP.
Yeah.
I mean, these deattach just like the PSP can't.
Exactly like the PSP, yeah.
Well, they can do, but that's it.
If you just rip it in half. So I think we're going off on another tangent.
Yeah.
Let's try and get back on track. So the first game that came out after launch, the first big game, I think, was Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
I wouldn't technically call that a game myself. I'll probably call that more the biggest game.
I suppose the biggest proper Switch release was Splatoon 2.
Because in retrospect, that is just an extra game with DLC.
Almost an extra game with the DLC from the Wii U version plus a new battle mode. Apart from that, it is exactly the same.
Because I'm going to say
which is a bit of a problem for the Switch at the moment, isn't it? There's a lot of ports of Wii U games, which they're charging full price for, which I think is kind of a bit cheap. But I guess they're getting more games out. So
because I actually did,
I don't know how to feel about that. Really.
Mario 8 Deluxe, but because I'm a big fan of another franchise, and because I actually did do well on the Wii U version, I bought.
Oh yes, imported.
There's a little shop in Stafford, Shogun Games.
Imported
great shop. 4 games, and I got Monster Hunter from Japan.
Yep. And you've even been learning a bit of Japanese.
Yes, I have.
So that's cool.
I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Unfortunately, wouldn't recommend it for you because you wouldn't know what you're doing. I do because I know
the formula. A bit about Monster Hunter.
Formula is still the same.
Yeah.
But learning is it katakana? Is it pronounced?
Katakana.
That's what the game primarily uses.
Yeah. So, has this got a release in the UK, or is it going to get one?
No, I don't think at all.
Is there any rumours that it's going to be released?
No.
So,
there is
unfortunately, Monster Hunter fans, you're probably going to miss out on this game in the UK.
There is Monster Hunter Generations, but this is the G-Rank version.
Yeah. Where,
again, unfortunately, on another tangent, I've never reached the G-Rank version in any of the games, so...
So it's exactly the same?
It's exactly the same for me. Yeah.
What else did I get around this time? I got Disgaea 5, which is a really, really good game, but I do have a kind of problem with this. It comes with all the DLC, which includes giving you $1 million in-game dollars or whatever the currency is. So you can basically maybe zennies. So right from the start of the game, you can literally power up all the weapons to the highest level and just blast through the entire game, which I thought was a bit of a letdown because I actually did that and then didn't have a problem playing through the entire game after that. So
because going back,
it's really good though. I definitely recommend.
I think like going back to that again. There's the upcoming release of Donkey Kong
Tropical Freeze,
and you get Funky Kong mode.
Yeah.
And again, apparently that's going to be $60 on release again, which goes back to your point.
I'm probably going to get it because I'm a huge Donkey Kong
I'm going to get it as well because I didn't really play the Wii U version.
It is just another port, and they also just announced the other day that Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is also coming out on the Switch.
Definitely pick that up.
Which is an amazing game if you haven't played it before. But
I've not played it before, so I'm really looking forward to it.
But if you have, there's probably only a little bit that's new for the Switch release. But I guess the other selling point is the fact that you can actually take it with you anywhere, which you couldn't do on the Wii U.
Nope. Well, you could.
If you took the Wii U and a power generator...
You could step about 2 or 3 inches away from the Wii U if it was started moaning at you.
Yeah. So it's a huge improvement over the Wii U, and I think you can see that in just how excited people are about the system.
Even a year later, it still stuns me that this is the console.
It is quite impressive.
When we get back to some of the ports later on in the video, I mean, the game carts are that big, and you got to think...
It's crazy, isn't it, really? I mean, there is this that lets you plug it into the TV, but it literally is just a box with a HDMI socket in the back.
It slightly upscales games, doesn't it?
I think so, but the only reason is because it doesn't have to use the fan, because it generates the power through here or something to give it a bit of extra boost. But
because most of the games are on a smaller screen, they look better.
Yeah.
So it's...
I think it's roughly as good, depending on which way you want to play it. Like, I play mine mostly on the TV, but I think you play yours more in handheld.
In handheld.
Yeah.
Because usually I come home late from work.
Yeah.
And so it's easy just to walk past the TV, undock it and go straight upstairs.
That'd be quite interesting, actually. Comment on this video. Do you play it in handheld or do you play it on TV mode? It'd be interesting to see how people use the system because we use both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be interesting.
But I'm siding to more
handheld.
Of handheld, yeah.
Yeah. Great. So I think we've discussed the first few months there, haven't we? So the next thing, this is more your
the sales
area.
Have been incredible as well, haven't they?
The sales have been phenomenal.
Literally
one of the fastest selling systems.
I'm sure
ever.
it won an award recently, a computer award, was it? Because it's got the NVIDIA chip. I mean,
that's right. Yeah.
In France, it's got the fastest selling thing in France.
Yeah.
The fastest selling in America.
I believe it even beat the Wii and the PS2 to be the fastest selling console within that time frame.
Unfortunately, I think in the UK, it's the second fastest in the UK. I think, unfortunately, that nasty people are Sony.
Well, it is a PSP, so...
It is a PSP,
Didn't Sony make this?
I think the PS4 probably sold a bit better.
I think the PS4 did, yeah. But it's very, very high up the list of best-selling consoles of all time. And, in my opinion, best consoles of all time.
Oh, yes.
I think you
look at the Xbox.
Well, you lent me yours, and how long's it been sitting there?
It's a thick
It's already got a thick layer of dust
on
it. So, let's talk about third-party releases. So, ports from other consoles to Nintendo for the first time ever in some cases. So
I've got two big ones here.
Yeah.
I originally had, as we've gone back, the Xbox 360 version, which I did play quite a bit, but I was absolutely over the moon. It's in my case.
Yeah.
It absolutely runs absolutely perfectly. People complained it's not the extended version that was on the PS4 and PS3, but it actually is because it's got DLC on it as well.
I think it's got the DLC, but is it missing a few graphical features?
So like some of the bushes and like trees in that are.
So nothing you'd really notice.
Nothing you really notice, no.
I mean, I've seen you play it and it looks amazing. Like,
yeah.
It's not my kind of game, but maybe I would get into it. But
I mean,
it's a huge time sink.
The game carts are this big.
There we go.
And the game carts
you can hardly even see it. That's how small they are.
And the fact that that's at least a 200-300 hour game if you was to complete everything.
It is quite incredible.
Which goes on to the other game of Doom. Now, while this is a very, very good game, you do need quite a bit of space to actually play the game because it needs to download the multiplayer aspect.
Yeah.
Another bit of a tangent for myself is that I sometimes get motion sickness with some first-person games. Not all of them, The Call of Duty franchise, I'm absolutely fine, but I thought you can't play in the Metroid Prime games. But since this is on handheld, and I don't know why it doesn't affect you in handheld, but I can play Doom on handheld absolutely fine.
That's really great.
I tried the TV version, but again, tried it on TV mode, should I say. But after 5 or 10 minutes, I was starting to feel a bit. Undocked it, put it back onto handheld mode, absolutely fine. So it'd be interesting to see if anyone else in the comments gets motion sickness from computer games. And
if you've got any tips for Jack on how he can overcome his motion sickness and play the Metroid Prime trilogy, because you're really missing out.
I do, yeah. So. I did play Metroid Prime 3, that was alright, but the GameCube version, I just don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's strange. Well, hopefully Metroid Prime 4 is
and
okay
we
for
missed
you.
another one.
Oh yes, Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Another Wii U port.
Yeah, I've never played any version of the Bayonetta. I played a demo with the number 2.
Yeah.
And I'm currently about halfway through this first one, which is a download code.
Yeah, so you only actually get the second game in the box, don't you?
You only get the second
game.
And
the first game is a download.
First game at 8.3 gig. And again, it runs absolutely fine.
Yeah, they are incredible games as well.
Games.
I'm jealous of you not having played them before because
they are definitely
good.
For 18-year-olds because they are a bit
risky. Yeah.
Risque, yeah.
Yeah, slightly.
Yeah,
but they are amazing.
They are
amazing action games. If you like action games,
I've just come from London and I couldn't really play that about too far because people could see what's going on.
So, where are we up to? Indie games next. I'm going to talk a bit about some of my favourite indie games. I have 2 here that I've got physically. Or I guess 3 if you count Puyo Puyo Tetris. I'm not really sure if that counts. So, Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth Plus. Have you ever played Binding of Isaac
I
before?
played the PS Vita version. Yeah. I think I did free.
Don't say that word on my channel.
I did free on PlayStation Plus.
It's a really good game. I didn't know what to expect going into it. All I knew was that it was pretty dark.
Yeah.
And that it hadn't been on Nintendo before because of some weird religious issues. But they seem to have got over them.
I have seen someone, and they've done over 700 Let's Play videos of Binding of Isaac. So
I'm not quite that into it, but I did really enjoy it. And it's really fun to go back to because it is completely different every time you play the game, which I really enjoy. So definitely recommend Binding of Isaac.
Really weird.
And the other game we have here, this is a very special game. I actually think this is one of the best games on the entire Switch library. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it before. Axiom Verge. What a game.
I've got 99% map completion and 93 weapon completion.
Yeah.
I've been a gamer for 22 years. I started when I was 4. And this is the closest game I've ever come into 100%ing.
It really is an incredible game. I know people might think it's a Metroid clone, but it really isn't.
No.
It really is its own game, and I just can't recommend it enough. If you have a Switch, if you have a PS4, or Xbox
what is it?
One,
is it like £10? Is it?
It's about a tenner. Absolutely
worth every single penny.
Every single penny.
And there is a speedrun mode, which I think is absolutely crazy.
I haven't tried that, but you can skip all the cutscenes, can't you, and just try and get through the whole game.
There are
some
of the weapons. Possible. Some of the weapons are no good, and some of the weapons are essential.
But there is a lot of weapons to choose from, which is really fun. Just playing around with all the different weapons.
I'm at the point where I'm so overpowered and leveled that I can just bounce around each level, trying to find the glitch worlds.
Yeah, they're really hard to find.
Yes, they are. But because I'm so over leveled, I can just literally blaze right through them.
Yeah, absolutely the best indie game on the Switch. I'm saying that right now. Stardew
Ooh.
Valley may come close, but I'm saying Axiom Verge is
we haven't spoken about Stardew Valley.
There's a lot more I've got downloaded, which I could get into, but if you want to talk about some, we can do that.
Yes.
You've got Celeste on there.
I have got Celeste.
Which is something I really want to play.
Celeste is definitely... we've got plenty. Stardew...
Rocket League. How do we even start? The amount of indie games on the Switch is just incredible.
I had a chance to get Rocket League a few years ago with PlayStation Plus again. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
And since coming to the Switch, I've not stopped playing it. It is just...
1 second.
Bit of a technical issue.
It's alright, it's carrying on.
It's carrying on.
So start again from...
With Rocket League.
Been playing Rocket League.
I've been playing Rocket League non-stop. It is almost... It's probably my most played Switch game.
Yeah.
And the fact it only come out in October, which is 5 months ago.
You have played it a lot.
I have played it a lot.
I've played it a bit, but I'm really not that good at it.
It is the stupidest best game.
It is so funny. It's really fun.
It's so simple. I can't do any of the flippy flips, rocking in the air.
I mean, if you watch some people online, they're insane.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I've also picked up Owlboy, which unfortunately I've not played an awful lot of.
Yeah.
I do want to get back into it.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean,
But I'd rather
from
talk
what I saw about the trailer,
Stardew Valley.
So. Go on, this is your game.
I love Stardew. I cannot recommend that enough. It's like a farming game,
Yeah.
but then you can go in towards the caves,
It
all
is
the
really
caves,
good.
and there's the new aspects coming out with multiplayer,
Well, yeah.
and there's going to be new modes. The only issue that I'm coming with Stardew Valley is I'm into my 3rd year, and none of the events change. I would have quite liked an extra few events, but I'm at the point I've got the greenhouse as well, so all the crops I can make at any point throughout the year. You did give me the good suggestion of starting again,
Start a new file, yeah.
which I might do, but I also want to complete where I'm going on.
Yeah.
My current save file.
Yeah.
But again,
It is
like
very good.
like
It's very
Jaxxson
addictive.
Verge,
It's really good.
I mean, it's that addictive. It came out in October, I think, a week before Rocket League, I think.
Yeah.
And it was the
Around the
highest
same time.
selling eShop game in 3 months.
I can definitely see why it's amazing.
That just shows you
I would love a physical version as well. So, fingers crossed that someone like Limited Run Games releases a proper version.
I probably wouldn't stray away from that because, like with Rocket League,
yeah, having it on the system is good.
Have it on the system to dip in, dip out. I think that's what makes it so accessible.
Yeah,
is the fact you can dip in each game and then dip out. I would have been quite annoyed to be playing Xenoblade, whatever, for example, and then take the cart out to play 5 minutes of Rocket League.
That's a good point. I guess I'm just a collector, so I like to have the display on my shelf. Like,
yes, most of your games here are your games apart from this one that we're very jealous of.
We haven't actually spoke about this yet, so let's talk about Xenoblade 2. This is actually Jax, so I'm very jealous that he's got this.
I should hold that because that's a spoiler.
Yeah,
here's my copy.
So there is a reason why I didn't get that version, and that's because the one that I got, the other limited edition, I didn't actually know there was 2 at the time, but the one I've got came with a really nice A3 poster, which I'm going to put up in the game room. But yours came with an art book, didn't it?
A gigantic
really
box that you slide out, and come out of an art book and a soundtrack.
Yeah,
if I remember.
So the game itself, I absolutely love the game. I'm a huge fan of the Xenoblade series. You've dabbled in it. You've never really properly got into him before,
which
have you? So,
I have got into him. That's why I changed my name, which I have put on my video.
Yeah.
On my channel, should I say? Why I changed from the RPG gamer, because although I like playing RPGs,
you don't tend to get very far.
Do you? Like I started Dragon Quest 7, 8, sorry, a couple of weeks ago, and I've got to the first save point.
It's a start, better than nothing.
Yeah.
So Xenoblade, this is probably my favourite game in the Xenoblade series. I'm a huge RPG fan, and I absolutely love this from start to finish. So if you like RPGs and you've got a Switch, Xenoblade 2 is definitely I've got to be right up there on your to-get list.
Like I said earlier in the video, I've traded my Wii U in, but I've still got Xenoblade Chronicles 2 because I got the special edition X.
Yeah, and this one should really be called Xenoblade 3 to stop confusion.
Yes,
it really should be. But you'll see why it's called Xenoblade 2 if you actually play this all the way to the end.
Spoilers.
Such an incredible ending. I can't mention it, but just I better go and get the door.
Well, as he's going to get the door, I'm going to talk a bit more about some extra ports. Again, there's another little game called I Am Setsuna, which again, I quite enjoy. I bought Ocean Horn as well when it first came out, which is a kind of a Zelda clone. And unfortunately, it's too much of a Zelda clone, and I've not played it anymore. And there's also Sonic Mania as well.
I'll come back.
Sonic Mania, which is quite funny because I've never
completely forgot about Sonic Mania.
Yes,
that's great.
It is a brand new game to me. Although I did play Sonic,
that was very entertaining. The first time you got in the special stage.
Yes, I had no
just 1 second straight into the red ball. And
I had no idea that you collected 30 rings and the checkpoint would swirl. I had no idea.
That was very entertaining to watch.
And literally,
it's really good though.
Most of the games. Most of the levels, should I say, I've never seen before.
Yeah, so it was an entirely new game to you, wasn't it?
Also, everyone's fan servicing over the what's the word I'm after? Nostalgia.
The nostalgia
on the game. It's a new game to me.
It's a brand new game.
Yeah, I have also picked up Golf Story as well.
Golf Story. I've got it. I haven't actually played it yet. Right, so I think that's mostly all the games that we've got here and the games that we've been playing. So we just want to talk a bit about what we're looking forward to in the future, and then we'll wrap this video up.
Yep.
So out very soon is the new Kirby game, which I'm quite excited about. So I'll be getting that in a few days' time, at the end of this week, actually. Is there anything you're looking forward to in the near future?
Unfortunately, another port. I'm a big fan, of course, Dark Souls.
Oh yeah,
Dark
of
Souls
course,
Remastered.
of course, Dark Souls.
You've unfortunately not played any of the...
This will be interesting. I played a little bit of the PS3 one that you lent me. Demon Souls?
Demon Souls.
Yeah. I didn't really get very far.
Nope.
I really should go back and try it again, but I'm definitely going to get it on the Switch.
I'm a massive fan of Dark Souls. I've played... The second one is the worst one by far, but that's a different video for a different day. But I'm definitely going to get it. And Donkey Kong, I'll get that
Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is coming out soon, which is very exciting. Another game that I'm really excited for is Octopath Traveler.
Oh,
Have you played the demo for that? There's a demo out on the eShop.
There is, yes. I've played the demo of that.
The graphics in that game, they're absolutely stunning. I love the pixel art in it, yeah.
It might be changing its name to Bravely Default.
Yeah, it's kind of part of Bravely Default series, but I'm really excited about that. There's no release date yet, but fingers crossed it comes out soon.
And if you move your head, I was here talking of ports.
Oh yeah, Splatoon.
Who's coming out soon?
Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot. Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I have read somewhere they've had to get rid of all the Naughty Dog references. Obviously.
Oh, right. Yeah, but that'll be great. It's very exciting that that's coming out on the Switch.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. And I'm sure there's many more ports that we haven't even heard of yet, which are going to be shown off at E3. So very much looking forward to E3.
Hopefully, some of the ports aren't bad. So the wrestling port, that's probably
yeah, there's a few that haven't been ported very well, but
Rhyme, I've heard, was
apparently that's been fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently. And we're joined by a cat.
Hello.
So,
some of the future concepts.
Some ideas for games that we want in the future.
Ideas and negative aspects behind the Switch.
And negative aspects.
What we could improve.
Okay, so what would you like to improve about the
Well,
Switch?
one thing is I know it's not much of a large thing for myself, but it definitely needs 2 kickstands. I know there is an attachment.
Flimsy, it falls over quite easily.
I know there is an attachment for an extra kickstand.
Right, yeah. So you can actually stand
it.
like that, can't you? And it goes onto something like that, yeah.
I want not to go down the shovelware because I've seen some games that look very shovelware.
There's quite a lot in the eShop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
really rushed
want
games.
them to get away from that.
No mobile ports and that sort of thing. It's a bit,
No.
just filler. But
I
so
think
far, it's a really good mix of great games.
Inside these, I've got tons of potential. And
Which 1-2 Switch kind of showed, but didn't really do anything with it.
Exactly.
So, one game that I think would really make a good showcase for the Switch is a WarioWare game. Yes. They haven't announced anything. They actually announced a new WarioWare game for the 3DS recently, which I think is really weird. Like, why is it on the 3DS?
Yeah. I mean, they've been out for 8 years now. 3DS has.
Yeah, I mean, a WarioWare game on the Switch. The possibilities with the HD rumble, the motion controls.
You got to think when parties
on
come
and
off
off-screen play. I mean, it'd be brilliant. Yeah.
I mean, again, it will be what 1-2 Switch should have been.
It should have been a WarioWare game. Yes. Yeah, it really should have.
And then we've got Smash Bros as well.
Smash Bros, which recently got announced. Fingers crossed it's not just a port of the Wii U game. So, hoping there's a lot more new content and some single-player content as well. That was sorely lacking,
was amazing.
I would love to have a new Subspace.
Because when Smash first came out on the Wii, your Wii was broken, wasn't it?
I had to send it off to Nintendo to get fixed, and I couldn't actually play it until about 2 or 3 weeks later.
No, you come to my house, didn't you?
I came around to yours, but I just couldn't start my own file.
Yeah,
for quite a while, which was a bit disappointing. So fingers crossed, nothing goes wrong with the Switch when that comes out.
Apparently, I'm not sure again. Some people complain that the dock itself scratches the screen.
I haven't noticed that. I don't know if you have, but
I've got a few little smudges.
Mine's perfectly fine. I think people are just being too careless with it. I mean, if you don't force it,
I seen one video where someone was destroying it and flicking their Joy-Cons off.
Yeah,
I have no idea why.
It's really, really well built. It's not flimsy at all.
It
feels like a solid product.
I can't say I've dropped it, but I read somewhere that he originally wanted magnets on
to clip them on. Yeah. I quite like that though, and that's the whole satisfying click.
Yep, and when people put them on backwards.
I didn't even know you could do that.
You can do. You can ram them on backwards.
Do they get stuck? I wouldn't recommend it.
No, I would not recommend it.
So I think that's about it.
It is about it.
Games that we're looking forward to,
and
just our thoughts about the Switch in general.
Don't lick the carts.
Yeah, one more thing: do not lick the cartridges, which you make your nephews do.
I do.
So I've heard. Poor guys. This is something that I wanted to bring up. Ever since the Switch was first released, they've been bringing out this magazine called Switch Player. It's a fan-made magazine, and it's a Patreon thing, so I'll put the link to the Patreon in the description. Every month they come out with a new issue, which has amazing cover art. Actually, my girlfriend drew this one, and she's also drawing one for Donkey Kong, which will be out in a few months' time, so there's a sneak preview for you. They're really, really great. They have fans writing features and interviews and things in there, so definitely recommend. It's just like having a Nintendo magazine from back in the day. Really, it's really good. They go through indie games, they give you tips about the games, the best ways to play them, there's competitions. Just really, really great magazine, and it's a great little thing to have in the collection as well. I think it's UK only, but they might offer postage outside the UK, so definitely recommend going and having a look at their Patreon.
Yeah, that even again, that's reminded me about apparently the Switch version of Street Fighter sold really well.
Oh yeah, it did.
And Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy on the Switch, yeah. And there's another Street Fighter coming out, which has like 16 different versions of Street Fighters.
Yep.
I don't really know much about them, but that's something that you could be looking forward to if you're a fighting game fan.
Thing,
yeah, definitely. So thank you very much for watching. Please comment down below what you think about the Switch so far and what you're looking forward to in the future.
And I know, because it's a Nintendo-based video, there's going to be some hearty Sony or
no hate. No hate
yes,
in this video.
No hate. Because what video did you have recently?
What was that?
It's about a Nintendo fan or Nintendo gay or something.
Oh yeah, come on, no fanboy hater.
No fan hating.
We're all friends.
Because again, you're quite heavily based for Nintendo, but I've got all the consoles and I play them.
Yeah, I have got a PlayStation and an Xbox as well, so I do enjoy everything.
Yeah, but again, I do quite enjoy my Switch, and I will always enjoy my Switch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah.
So we've been joined by the cats. I think it's time to wrap this video up. Thank you very much for watching. Please comment, rate and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.
And hopefully you can join me on my channel as well.
Yep, and don't forget to check out Jack's channel, Just Jaxxson.
Just Jaxxson.
Just Jaxxson. I'll put a link in the description for sure.
It's got about 26 subscribers, so it could do with your support.
Yep, go and subscribe to him.
Money.
Show him your support.
2,300 less than you.
Give him a thumbs up, make him feel good. Yeah. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.